The visually stunning Pinehurst No.4 was introduced to the public back in 1919 by the creator of No.2, Donald Ross. However, over the years, this course has gone over some major facelifts. So much so that to this day, it is completely unrecognizable to the original design. And there have been some major names associated with those redesigns. From Robert Trent Jones, his son Reese Jones, Tom Fazio, and most recently Gil Hans, you can call this course the Joan Rivers of Pinehurst. It does seem to be a theme here at Pinehurst where courses are constantly evolving over the years. Whether that is a good thing or a bad thing is up to the eye of the beholder, but I have to say that after playing No.4, it just might have been my favorite course I played at Pinehurst. The beautiful morning sunrise at Pinehurst is hitting my face as I hit my first tee shot.
I had another one that really hurt my back.
The swing feels a little stiff, so I decided to take a breakfast ball here. The first hole at Pinehurst is a dogleg right.
I lost that one too. I have no idea where that is.
That second ball would find the fairway, but I would end up taking my first ball since it is closer to the hole. Not a terrible lie here, only 115 yards compared to the 150 yards I would have had with my breakfast ball. It's a pretty decent shot. Hit it slightly thin. It would roll to the back of the green. Putting at No.2 and No.8 were some of the fastest and firmest greens I have ever putted on. It is early in the morning, so there is some morning dew on the course, but that putt was a lot slower than I anticipated. These greens are still fast, but not as fast as their contemporaries No.2 and No.8. And that is never a good feeling 3 putting on the first hole. Second hole is a par 5. I have been hitting draws all week, so that fade was a pleasant surprise. I am laying up here with a 7-iron. Absolutely flushed that 7-iron. Although I kind of hit it too well, it leaves me with about 60 yards in, and 60 yards isn't my favorite number.
Oh, I lost it.
I just never committed to that shot. Ended up in a greenside bunker. That greenside bunker is deep, and I can't really go at the pin. I'm playing it safe, but the only problem with playing it safe is that I have this 40-footer for par. Take a look at the undulation of this green. It starts left, it moves right. I find myself a few feet from the hole, so that is a tap-in bogey. The third hole has fairway bunkers along the left side of the fairway. I get my draw swing back on this hole, finding the right side of the fairway. That drive would leave me with 135 yards in. That is a pitching wedge. Pin is in the back. And unfortunately, I caught that a little heavy. It is not a bad spot at all. I have a lot of green to work with. But unlike the previous shot where I chunked it, that was a thin, would roll to the back edge of the green, leaving myself with a longer par putt than I would have liked. Oh, and it was a good pace, but just missed on the right side with tap in for a bogey. Fourth hole, 145-yard par 3. That is an 8-iron. I hit that one really nicely. So I was a little surprised to find out that I came up short. Have a very long birdie putt.
Slow down.
The ball is trying to put on the brakes there. Got a pretty decent putt for par here. That's about 3 feet. It's just a nice little taparoo.
Oh, nice car.
Thank you. I will not lie, you scared me.
The first par of the round comes on the 4th hole. The 5th hole, slight dog leg to the right. I kind of pulled that tee shot a little left. Would find the pine straw for the first time in the round. It would not be the last. Good news is that this hole is a short par 4, so I just have a pitching wedge in. Helpful tip from the caddy. Kind of like being in a bunker, you can want to dig yourself in. Remove as much pine straw as you can from the bottom of your feet. It still didn't help me hit a good shot, but I recovered nicely. Gives me about 15 feet for par. And that was a pathetic attempt at a putt. but I would tap in nicely for the bogey. We'll move to the 6th hole, 185 yards, so we got a long par 3. That is a 5-iron.
Oh, good.
I am hitting some decent iron shots early on in the round. We find the dance floor on a very long par 3, but we have a long birdie putt, and you know what that means. We're going to leave ourselves a long par putt, much longer than I would have liked. This is probably a 10-foot putt for par. And we find the bottom of the cup. That is a nice read from my caddy. The 7th hole is a long par 4 from the blues, and it is certainly one of the tougher fairways to find. It is safer to hit left of where I'm aiming. There is a bunker that I need to carry.
Oh, what is going on?
There we go.
And that is exactly what I did. The caddy is loving what he sees. Leaves me with a 6-iron in. And another wonderful strike. Easy game, right, my friends? Really, really easy. Really, really easy.
It did a little. Just a tad.
That's just a nice easy par. So a little backstory to Pinehurst number 4. As I mentioned in the intro, number 4 is completely different than when it opened back in the early 1900s. Apparently when the Great Depression hit, the resort closed down 9 of the holes and would eventually close the rest of the course soon after. It was used for archery and other sports such as polo, tennis, and even a gun club run by Annie Oakley. But during the 1950s, with a bounce back from the economy, Pinehurst number 4 was reopened thanks to the help of Robert Trent Jones. In the 1990s, another major renovation was done by Pinehurst number 8 architect Tom Fazio. And then, just when you thought they were done, there was another major renovation done in 2018 by Gil Hans. Who the hell knows if all those renovations were necessary, but I do have to say that I am absolutely loving this course.
Oh.
What I did not love was that shot.
Oh, 4. Is there someone there?
I almost killed the guy. Thankfully, it did not hit him.
Oh, no.
And I would have this very interesting punch-out shot. I'm actually going for the green here. This is like a Legend of Bagger Vance shot, and I hit it right through the gap.
That's all I need. I just need a bunch of trees.
I came up just a tad short, and I have this very delicate pitch shot, just trying to hit it over that little bump. That is exactly what I did. So after 2 horrendous shots, I hit 2 great shots, leaving me with a nice look for par.
Oh, yeah, nice. I mean, grade 5.
I'll take the 4.
That was one hell of a par putt. And I would end the front 9 at surprisingly 4 over 40. Just like the previous 2 rounds at number 2 and 8, the driver has been my strong suit. The difference today is that I've been more efficient with my approach shots, and the putting surprisingly has not been terrible. And that's always a plus. So let's see if I can continue the trend in the back 9. The 10th hole is a par 4, has a fairway bunker on the left, which narrows your landing spot.
Oh, that's perfect.
Once you get past those bunkers, the fairway widens up. I have 125 yards here. Usually I would hit a pitching wedge, but I'm hitting a 9-iron here with the elevation change. That would be a costly mistake. I hit that so well, and I flew the green.
You hit the daylights out of that.
That's my fault. That's my fault. I wanted extra club.
My caddy, who was very great, told me to hit pitching wedge. I was like, nah, I'd rather go 9-iron. And you see where I ended up?
Oh, this is good.
Fortunately, the short game is strong with this young Padawan. On this day, at least. Be a nice tap in for par. I had a wonderful time with those ladies. 11th hole, that's 145 yards, hitting 8-iron. Oh, God, that sound. I'm flushing every shot I'm hitting right now. It's a good feeling.
Stay. All right.
It was also a good club choice. I'm pin high, about 15 to 20 feet for birdie.
I got it. I got it. Oh no!
I called my shot and I missed it. Oh, that's such a terrible feeling.
Oh, I hit that exactly the line you wanted.
Fire his ass.
Right?
Yeah, let's blame it on the caddy for that missed birdie putt. 12th hole is a dog leg left, par 4. There's a tree out in the distance that I'm aiming for.
Is that too far left?
Unfortunately, I pulled that drive a little too far left.
Hugging that. Is that Tiger line?
I ended up in the hard pan sand. That is an 8 iron. Not listening to my caddy again. Thinking I needed more club, but we were downwind.
Really? That was an 8.
We have wind behind us.
Am I? Oh man.
I'm getting a lot of shit, and deservedly so. Look at where I am. He told me that I didn't want to go along here. I had such a weird lie. I had to punch out right of the pin. That would leave me with about 20 feet for par. I've had 6 straight pars going into this hole. Can I make it 7?
Hit it hard. 10.
And I hit it right through the break. So I got this 5-footer coming back for bogey.
Wow, what a putt.
And we drained the bogey putt. Once again, another great read from my caddy. And now we come to my favorite part of the course. It opens up a little bit. There's not a lot of trees, but there is water. I hit that drive right down the middle of the fairway. But I got an interesting choice to make here with my approach shot. I decide to carry the water here with a 5 iron.
I didn't do it.
I absolutely flushed it, but unfortunately, as you can see, that is not the shot shape I wanted. I would end up in the water. In hindsight, I should have not gone for the hero shot. I know my misses are left. I went for it anyway, and I'm going to get punished for it here with my score.
I'm aiming that way, to be honest with you.
That was a 7 iron. Still afraid of the water. Hit it right of my target line. Chipping on here for par, I believe. Yes, par is right.
It's still. I hit that.
The greens are firming up a little bit more as we head into the afternoon. Got a long look for bogey here.
Got it. You got it. Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, and she put the juju on me.
Wow.
She's calling my shot in. I missed it. Oh, that is a tough double bogey to swallow. But we'll move to the 14th hole. That is a 7 iron. Afraid of the water. that wasn't a shank, but that is as far right as you can get.
God damn, man.
I never thought that these bunkers would come in play, but here I am, hitting my bunker shot. I just did not hit it hard enough.
I hit that really well.
Hit it well, but hit it well short. Leaves me with a long look for par.
Bigger.
Slow down.
The putting, at least, has been much better on this day than previous days. We move to the 15th. This is a blind tee shot. You want to start it a little more right than where I hit that. Ball is sitting above my feet. Have to carry over those greenside bunkers. Caught it a little heavy. It is always a little disappointing when you come up short from 100 yards or in. I hit that chip exactly on my landing spot. Thought the ball would roll out a little bit more than it did. Leave myself with a 10-foot putt for par. I have not been making these.
I pushed it.
Oof, and I knew right away that ball was not going in the hole. Would tap in for bogey. Riding a little bit of a bogey train here. Moving to the 16th. This is a short par 4. I was second guessing whether I should go driver or 3-wood. Driver would be the right play. I find the right side of the fairway. Just a nice little sandwich in. Hit that so nice. And on my line. This shot here gives me about 12 feet for birdie.
Hold it.
Pulled it and left it short. Never a good feeling when you leave your birdie putt short. As we move to the 17th, look at my club head in comparison to where the ball is. Now I know I stand far away from the ball, but that was a little too far. And the result is a huge push to the right. But somehow among the pine straws, I find this patch of grass.
I could play it out left. I could try to carve it around. I can do that.
You hit a little draw, right?
I hit a draw, but I can really cut it. If I started out this way and then bring it back around.
Oh, you're talking about, okay.
Yeah, I take a 5-iron and then just kind of.
So the idea here is to hit it left of this tree and swoop it around right. I have the ability to do that.
I didn't mean to do that, but.
The shot shape was perfect. I hit that as high as I do with my pitching wedge. And miraculously, we are back in the fairway, albeit we're 215 yards out. That's a hybrid.
Oh, it's stinger, huh? I hit that really good. We just could not get it in the air.
If that bunker wasn't there, I'd probably be on the green. Instead, we have probably one of the most difficult shots in the game. The old 50-yard pitch shot out of the bunker. Although that ball just keeps rolling out on me. Leaves me with a longer look for par. The caddy is trying to guide it in, but unfortunately I would put another square on the scorecard. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 squares on the back nine and a double boxer. The 18th hole is a long par 4. From the blue tees it's 461, but on this day the blue tees are where the white tees normally are. That is a 9-iron. I hit it very well, but as you can see from the shot tracer, I missed my shot way left, but fortunately for me, the pin is on the right side of the green, so I have a little bit of room to chip this on. I thought it was going to be a really good result. It came up short. It's a theme that came up way too often in this round, just not giving myself easy par putts. I would miss that on the low side. We would tap in for bogey. Well, I would miss a tap in for bogey. I put that in the scorecard as a 5 though. That putt was given, right? If you take a look at the scorecard, either way, the back nine was a struggle, to say the least. I was 7 over 43 for a final round of 83. Let's take a deep dive into the numbers, and it's pretty clear where I gained strokes. I just couldn't get my approach shots onto the green. Couple that with a shoddy short game, the conclusion is Pinehurst just eats my lunch around the greens. So that was my final round at Pinehurst, and after playing number 2, 4, and 8, I have to say that I think I enjoyed number 4 the most. With the amount of redesigns in this course's history, one would have thought the playability would have been neutered, but I can see why it is considered the sister course to number 2. The lack of rough, the large waste areas, the hard pan sand that lined the fairways, there's a lot of similar things. But you can feel it was more new compared to the rustic, old-timey feel number 2 has. And these courses are right next to each other, so it is really amazing how the subtle differences can change the character of a course.
It's one unique, one special vibe.